What if we are truly alone in the universe? Or worse, what if we aren't, but something out there is making sure we never find out? This is the chilling mystery of the Fermi Paradox. At its heart lies one simple, terrifying question. If the universe is so unimaginably vast, with billions of stars and even more planets, then where is everybody? Think about it carefully. Our galaxy alone, the Milky Way, is a sprawling city of more than 100 billion stars, each with the potential to host planets. Many of these stars are far older than our Sun, which means alien civilizations, if they exist, could have had billions of years head start on us. Statistically, thousands, maybe millions of those stars should have Earth-like worlds orbiting them. And if life managed to take hold here on Earth, with all its accidents and coincidences, why shouldn't it happen elsewhere? Civilizations could already be thriving across the galaxy, sending ships between stars, building megastructures, rewriting entire worlds. If the math is right, the sky should be alive with activity. Yet when we raise our telescopes, when we listen with our most sensitive antennas, we are met with nothing. Silence. A silence that grows louder the more we search. The paradox itself takes its name from Enrico Fermi, a brilliant physicist who, in the summer of 1950, casually asked a question over lunch that would haunt generations. Where is everybody? At first, his colleagues laughed, treating it as a joke. But behind the simplicity of that question lies a haunting contradiction. If life is common, then the universe should be overflowing with signals, with probes, with evidence of travelers who came before us, maybe ruins on ancient planets, maybe beacons pulsing across the stars. But instead, we see a cosmic void, an emptiness that feels less like chance and more like a riddle carved into the structure of reality itself. Some explanations for this silence are deceptively simple. Maybe life itself is unimaginably rare. Maybe Earth is the grand prize in a lottery so unlikely, so astronomically impossible, that it only happened once in the galaxy here. This is the idea behind the rare Earth hypothesis. According to it, microbes, bacteria, even simple organisms might be scattered everywhere, clinging to rocks and oceans across the cosmos. But the leap to intelligence, to minds that build technology, might require conditions so specific, so delicate, that they almost never happen. A stable planet with liquid water, a protective moon to stabilize the tilt of its axis, plate tectonics recycling minerals and gases, a star not too hot, not too cold, that shines steadily for billions of years. All of these factors had to align perfectly for us to exist. If the rare Earth hypothesis is true, then maybe we are not just rare, maybe we are utterly unique. The only thinking minds for thousands, even millions of light years. A lonely island of consciousness in an endless ocean. But not everyone finds that explanation satisfying. Because if life can appear even once, shouldn't it be able to appear again? This leads us to a far darker possibility, the Great Filter. According to this idea, the silence isn't because no one is out there, but because almost no one survives. Somewhere along the path, from simple chemistry to star-faring civilization, there's a deadly barrier, one so catastrophic, so universal, that almost nothing can pass it. The filter could be at the very beginning, making the jump from non-living matter to the first living cell nearly impossible. Or, more disturbingly, the filter could lie ahead of us. Maybe every civilization that reaches our level eventually engineers its own destruction through war, through climate collapse, or through technologies too powerful to control. Nuclear fire, engineered plagues, artificial intelligence that slips its leash. If that's the truth, then the silence of the cosmos isn't reassuring at all. It's a warning. Every star we see could be a tombstone, and the void around us a mirror, showing us our own possible fate. Yet there are those who believe we may already be hearing the universe and simply failing to recognize it. After all, our ability to search for extraterrestrial signals has only existed for a cosmic heartbeat. We've been transmitting and listening with radio waves for just over a century. That's less than a blink of an eye compared to the age of the galaxy. What if alien civilizations use forms of communication so advanced, so alien, that we can't even perceive them as messages? Their signals might not be in radio or light, but in phenomena we dismiss as background noise in neutrino streams, in quantum fluctuations, or woven into dimensions we don't even know exist. To them, communication might be effortless, spanning light years in an instant. To us, it's invisible. And then comes one of the most unsettling possibilities, the zoo hypothesis. Imagine that intelligent civilizations are indeed out there, perhaps many of them, but they have deliberately chosen to remain hidden. Like zookeepers observing animals from behind glass, they may be watching us from the shadows, waiting for us to reach a certain stage before making contact. Perhaps there are rules, even galactic agreements, not to interfere with developing species like ours, a kind of cosmic prime directive. To us, the stars appear silent, but in truth, they could be filled with watchers, quiet, patient, and just beyond our reach. Every point of light we see in the night sky might already host civilizations, aware of us, monitoring us, waiting for the moment when humanity is ready or dangerous enough to reveal themselves. But the theories don't stop there. Some scientists believe the universe may not be silent because it's empty, but because it's hostile. This is where one of the most chilling ideas emerges: the dark forest hypothesis. Imagine the universe as a vast, shadowy forest. Every civilization is like a hunter moving quietly between the trees, knowing that somewhere out there are others armed, intelligent, and unpredictable. In such a place, the only rule is survival. To make a sound, to reveal yourself, is to risk instant death. Because if another civilization hears you, they face a choice: wait and trust, or strike first to eliminate a potential threat. In that logic, the safest move isn't to greet your neighbors, it's to wipe them out before they wipe you out. If this is true, then the silence of the cosmos isn't emptiness at all. It's fear, a tense, universal stalemate where everyone is hiding, listening, and waiting, hoping not to be found. Others take a different approach. They argue that civilizations may advance so rapidly that they simply outpace us, leaving us in the dust. While we're still sending clumsy radio waves into space, they may be communicating through methods so advanced we can't even recognize them as communication. Signals encoded not in light or sound, but in quantum entanglement, gravitational waves, or the very spin of subatomic particles. Entire conversations could be unfolding across the galaxy right now, layered into the physics of reality itself, while we sit here, blind and deaf, like cavemen watching a thunderstorm. To us, it's just noise. To them, it's a symphony. But there's an even darker possibility: self-destruction. Maybe intelligence is like fire, powerful but impossible to control forever. Every species that rises high enough to master nuclear energy, artificial intelligence, or planetary-scale industry eventually creates the tools of its own downfall. Environmental collapse, weapons of mass extinction, machines that spiral beyond control. If that's true, then the silence we hear across the galaxy isn't a mystery, it's a warning. The stars are not empty, they're a graveyard. The echoes of civilizations that came before us, each one burning bright, only to extinguish itself. In this version of the paradox, intelligence is both a gift and a curse. And then, beyond all of this, comes the most mind-bending idea of all: the simulation hypothesis. What if the reason we don't see alien civilizations is because we were never meant to? If we're living inside a simulation, an artificial construct designed by some higher intelligence, then maybe aliens aren't part of the program. Or perhaps they're hidden, waiting for the right moment to be revealed. It would explain the silence. Not because the galaxy is empty, but because our little corner of reality was coded that way. Like a video game with locked levels we're not allowed to access. Yet. So where does that leave us? On one hand, The silence could be a blessing. It might mean we're rare, so rare, that we could be the first sparks of intelligence in this galaxy, destined to spread across the stars and fill the void ourselves. On the other hand, it could mean something far more terrifying, that the great filter still lies ahead of us. That the reason we don't see others is because every civilization eventually collides with its limit and fails to survive it. If that's the case, then our time may already be running out. The Fermi Paradox isn't just about aliens. It's about us. It's about whether humanity is at the dawn of something extraordinary or teetering on the edge of extinction. Are we alone? A cosmic accident destined to flicker out in silence? Or are we being watched? Part of a galactic story so much bigger than we can imagine. Until the answer comes, one truth remains. In the vast emptiness of space, silence is not the absence of sound. It is a signal, a loud, haunting message that we are still struggling to understand.